Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to Dutchman Plays Mahjong Soul. We're on the second half of the events for today. These just came out. Sky High Ambition is very time sensitive, so stay on top of your daily goals if you want to get all the rewards there. The other mission, the other event I should say, goes all the way to January 7th, so take your time on this one. And I have looked at this already. There is a little bit of a introduction story. You can review it here. You miss it or skip it on your own. But this is much more of a story event, I think. The idea is this lady, who even is her name? Fuka Minami, is the boss of Bamboo Cloud. There's a festival going on, and we have been contracted to make sure it goes off without a hitch. So I think we just kind of show up, unlock stories, and maybe choose your own adventure style. See what happens. If we get all the mementos, we get a... If we collect all the mementos from each of the storylines, then we can get another illustration of our boss lady here. So let's go right into it. Story summary. On an auspicious day, deities are invited to the parade. The parade is the most important part of Bamboo Cloud's anniversary. However, during the busy preparations, a problem occurred. Shaman A. Yuan's ritual failed, and the deities refused the invitation. As a supervisor, it's my responsibility to help her, but who are they? Intriguing shaman culture, lively operator successors, girls on Champion Street took me to investigate the case and unveil the secrets of Fuka Minami's homeland, an ancient and mysterious land. Alright, unlock story. Let's go. Chapter 1, complete this prior chapter, complete the prior chapter. And then chapter 3 is going to have 2 different endings for us. Cool beans. Sacrifice! Surrender to me now! Immediately after walking inside the ancestral hall, I see a young girl rushing toward me. Unless my eyes are playing tricks on me, it looks like there's a cleaver in her hand? Huh? Did she just call me a sacrifice? Although Wanhan City isn't a lawless place, I have no time to think as a cleaver closes in on me. So I turn and start running around the courtyard. Stop running! Easy for you to say. As she chases after me, I find myself wishing I could rise into the air and fly away. After running away for a while, I notice that the girl has no intention of letting me go, sorry. I can't run anymore. Maybe I should try to talk some sense into her. With that thought in mind, I stop running. Hi there, I'm... Yu King, it's gone your way. I actually think that's Yu Qing, maybe? I don't know Chinese. I don't even know a lick of Chinese, I shouldn't even try. The girl sweeps past me like a tornado. It turns out I'm not her target. Intrigued, I decide to follow her. Big Rooster, here's some delicious millet for you. Nom 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 nom. In the courtyard on the other side of the wall, a mysterious girl in green is trying to seduce a vigilant rooster near her with a handful of millet. And hiding behind a decorative rock in the garden is a girl with a cleaver, which gleams with a cold light under the sunlight. So the real sacrifice is this big rooster. I hold my breath and wait for the big rooster to take the bait. Ah, Yuan, are you sure this is what the rooster likes to eat? It's been so long already and it hasn't reacted at all. It should be right. We need to catch it soon or we'll miss the auspicious time. Since it won't play along nicely. The girl in green throws away the millet in her hand and claps before making a beeline toward the big rooster. The girl with a cleaver also comes out from behind the big rock to help. Sandwiched between the 2 girls, the big rooster starts running toward me in a panic. You there, help us catch it. Right-click the big rooster to target it and press the button to use a chicken catching skill. Who, me? Take action when the time is right. I'm gonna right-click the big rooster to target it and then press the button to use a chicken catching skill. As an expert in business sims, I can't believe I actually forgot to bring my keyboard and mouse with me. What should I do now? With no other choice, I stand where I am and watch its movements warily. When it's about a meter from me, the big rooster spreads its wings and flutters into the air as if aiming to jump over my head. Then it steps on my shoulder with its powerful claws and its long nails dig into my coat. Suddenly, I feel a huge force pulling against my shoulder as the big rooster flaps its wings. loses its balance and falls into my arms, giving me a chance to hug it tightly. Turns out its nails got hooked on my coat. I thought that only stray cats do this. Wow, you're so amazing! Yuan, I've been trying to catch that for an hour already. After taking the big rooster off me, the girl with the cleaver tilts her head and looks at me in confusion. In fact, I've already managed to guess her identity based on the earlier conversation. She is Yuan, the shaman of Bamboo Cloud, the very person I'm looking for. You don't look like you're from Champion Street. What brings you to the Ancestral Hall? Hi, I'm Dutch. I'm here to supervise the preparations for the Bamboo Cloud anniversary celebration and ensure everything goes according to schedule. This is my work ID. You're here to supervise the preparations? You're our supervisor? Now that you mention it, Miss Fuka did say that a supervisor would come here to help out with the parade preparations. It's nice to meet you too. I'm Yuan, the shaman of this place. I'm Hua Yu King from the Floating Dreams Theater. I'm also a resident of this street. Nice to meet you. Hua? Ahaha, no need to call me supervisor. I came here to help you guys, so come to me whenever you need any help. But Yuan looks at me with a troubled expression. I'm about to burn incense and bathe to get ready for communicating with the ancestors. I'm afraid. I'll say it for you. This isn't a good time for outsiders to be here. Come with me. I'll treat you to the most delicious nanxiang beef noodles on the street. Let's get out of Yuan's hair. Yeah, I shouldn't be here for that. Hua Yu King drags me out of the Ancestral Hall. Nanxiang beef. 2 bowls of your signature spicy beef noodles, please. After we leave the Ancestral Hall, Hua Yu King quickly pulls me into a nearby Nanxiang beef noodle restaurant. You'll hear firecrackers go off soon. After that, we can participate in the ritual. The ritual? According to the customs of the Nanxiang people, it is necessary to perform a ritual to confirm that the ancestors are willing to return to the human world. Only after that can we hold the parade and receive the ancestors' blessing in the new year. Cool, that looks good. Oh, that looks real good actually. Good thing I ate already. Here's your food, enjoy! Huh? Mr. Lee, I ordered 2 bowls of your signature spicy beef noodles. The bowl of glossy, spicy beef noodles sits in front of me, while the bowl in front of Hua Yu King looks watery and tasteless. Sorry about that, Miss Hua. A few days ago, Miss Bai instructed us to only make your noodles in broth during this time. There's nothing I can do about it. I really appreciate the sacrifices you're making for the anniversary celebration performance. I'll leave you two to it. Please enjoy your meal. Huh? Wait a minute, As if he doesn't want to displease Hua Yu King, Mr. Lee quickly hides in the kitchen and doesn't come out again. My spicy beef noodles. What's the anniversary celebration performance? Huh? Aren't you Bamboo Cloud's supervisor? Don't you know that Floating Dreams has been invited to participate in the anniversary celebration performance? Let me check my schedule. Nope, I don't see anything about that. Maybe another colleague is responsible for that. It's such a shame that an interesting person like you isn't our supervisor. I'm sure my sister would think you're interesting too. I've lost my appetite after seeing this bowl of watery and tasteless noodles. You can have it. Hua Yu King pushes her bowl towards me with a look of disgust. I'm gonna take a break for some water real quick. Suddenly, the sound of firecrackers fills the air. In an instant, all the diners and employees of the bustling restaurant drop everything they are doing and run outside. Ah, the ritual has started. Yuan is as efficient as always. Before I can put the noodles in my chopsticks in my mouth, Hua Yu King pulls me up and drags me towards the ancestral hall behind the crowd. My noodles! They were good-looking noodles. I saw them. This way. There's many people here as always. By the time we return to the ancestral hall, it's already surrounded by a huge crowd. After struggling for a while, I managed to squeeze a path to the front row with Hua Yu King's help. The old tree in the ancestral hall is now decorated with prayer strips, and an altar with various sacrificial food offerings has been placed underneath it. Now poached, the big rooster from before lies on a dish covered with red paper. Wearing an ancient mask amid the soft tinkling of silver bells, Yuan begins performing an ancient and mysterious dance to the sounds of gongs and drums in the middle of the courtyard. Her graceful yet slightly eerie movements give her an intangible presence that silences the crowd. As Ayuan walks leisurely toward the crowd, her eyes scan everyone's faces deliberately like she is searching for something. What is she doing? Shush, stop talking. Hua Yuking leans closely against my ear nervously and lowers her voice to a whisper. Something bad is going to happen. While I'm wondering what could possibly happen, someone sneezes loudly in the crowd, prompting Ayuan to pause. I'm sorry. Hit me if you want, but don't throw me out. That's too cruel. Let me witness the return of the ancestors with my own eyes. The middle-aged man who sneezed loudly wails as the angry crowd drags him away. You understand now? I nod fearfully. As we speak, Ayuan recovers and walks around everyone again before stopping in front of a resident. The people around him start sighing in envy, breaking the quiet atmosphere. Phew. Now that someone has been selected, the success of the ritual depends on this person. The resident Ayuan selected follows her to the altar, where they burn incense and worship heaven, earth, and the 4 cardinal directions. Ayuan takes 2 wooden blocks that are about 2 palms long from a wooden box on the altar and gives them to the resident. That's a Jiao Bei, a divination tool used by the Nanxiang people to communicate with their ancestors. Each Jiao Bei has 2 sides, one round and one flat. The resident throws them in the air as everyone stares at them intently. The entire crowd sighs immediately when both Jiao Bei fall to the ground with their round side facing upwards. It's a yin answer, which means the ancestors have rejected our invitation. So has the ritual failed? Not yet. It's only a failure if we get 3 yin answers. The resident bearing everyone's expectations throws at Jiao Bei again as Hua Yuking clutches my arm nervously. Unfortunately, the next 2 attempts are also yin answers. The crowd is in an uproar as the resident returns to the crowd dejectedly. Judging from moments of reaction, it looks like the ritual has failed. Yes, but to be precise, the ritual has failed again. Again? This ritual can be performed on every auspicious day before the parade begins, and it's normal to fail once or twice. But this year... how many times has it been now? Do you think the ritual will ever succeed? Exactly. The anniversary celebration is coming up, but we haven't even been able to invite the ancestors for the parade. If the ritual keeps failing, does that mean we won't be able to invite the ancestors in the whole year? What will happen to the parade? There are several responses to every comment, and it isn't long before the crowd starts arguing louder and louder. Meanwhile, Ayuan, who has taken off her mask, wipes at Jiao Bei with a blank expression and puts them back in the wooden box, seemingly paying no mind to the discussions around her. We're running out of time now, so let's just treat this ritual as a formality. The most important thing is to ensure the highly anticipated parade of Bamboo Cloud's anniversary celebration takes place. It would be shameful for all of us if it doesn't. A man stands up in the crowd and complains grudgingly to Ayuan. I look in the direction of the voice and see Mr. Lee, the manager of the beef noodle restaurant. Upon hearing his words, Ayuan's calm expression becomes serious. The parade is meaningless if it disrespects the ancestors. I've said this many times already. As a shaman in charge of this Bamboo Cloud ritual, I'll never do anything that crosses my bottom line. Who's gonna take responsibility if the parade isn't held this year? Little girl, you are not a phony shaman, are you? These people are trying to pick a fight again. Based on what Hua Yuking said, it sounds like this isn't the first time this has happened. Bide your time as it's not time to intervene yet. Step up and put a stop to this. When we were introduced in the introduction story, she told us that being a manager is about helping out when your subordinates can't handle it and pushing them when they're falling behind. So I think they have this under control. I'm gonna bide my time. Lee isn't wrong though. There's almost no time left, and we haven't had any success with the ritual. If this continues, the parade will definitely be delayed. I'm sure Miss Ayuan has her own difficulties. It's not entirely her fault that the ancestors have been saying no. Just look at this mess. As the comments of the people around me fill my ears, I realize that this sounds like more than a quarrel over different opinions. Everyone is right from their own point of view. Huh? As I think about this, a green figure flashes before my eyes. I look over and see Hua Yuking standing in front of Mr. Lee with a disgruntled expression on their face. The gods are always watching us. How can you be so disrespectful to them? Miss Hua, what brings you here? Mr. Li's tone softens after seeing Hua Yuqing standing before him. Yuan is the most outstanding shaman who Miss Minami has personally invited from Nanshan. It's thanks to her prayers that Bamboo Cloud and all of Champion Street are so prosperous now. Mr. Li, it's not nice of you to accuse her like you did today and call her a phony shaman without any evidence. The crowd quiets down instantly after she speaks. It's obvious that they agree with her. Miss Hua is right. It was rude of me to say that, but it's obvious to everyone that the ritual isn't going well this year. Who will take responsibility if this continues and the parade can't be held? This one right here, of course. Hua Yuqing suddenly points at me, calling me out while I was watching the show. Huh? This person? Hi, I'm Dutch. I'm here to supervise the preparations for the Bamboo Cloud anniversary celebration and ensure everything goes according to schedule. This is my work ID. Everyone we meet, we just have to badge in. Mr. Li checks my ID repeatedly before sighing. Fine then. I'll wait a few more days out of respect for you two. Badges go places. Mr. Li finally backs down and leaves with his staff. Seeing that the dispute is over, the unhappy onlookers also disperse, instantly restoring the peace of the ancestral hall. Ooh! Fortunately you didn't drop the ball, Dutch, or else I wouldn't know what to do. Thanks for coming to my help. Don't sweat it, but we still need to think of something for the ritual. What will happen if the ancestors don't accept the invitation? Then we'll follow their wishes. That seems fair. Are you saying we'll cancel the parade? Yes. The ancestors will definitely be angry if we force them to participate in the parade without their consent. What will happen if the ancestors are angry? Each ancestor has their own temperament, and appeasing them requires different approaches. Once the village had a whole year of bad luck and hard times after forcing their ancestors to join a parade. In Wanhan City, having such bad luck would probably mean that you'll lose every game you play, and feed another player an Ipatsu in every game. That would be terrible. That being said, I need to communicate with the ancestors to find out what's wrong. Is there anything I can do to help? Yuan closes her eyes and seems to consider my words carefully. 10 minutes later. As Yuan still hasn't responded, I lean against Hua Yuqing and whisper to her. My question so difficult that she needed to think for so long? Maybe she needs to ask the ancestors for guidance since it involves them. When Yuan opens her eyes again, she looks at me with an extremely serious and solemn expression. There really is something I need you to do for me. Yuan's request leaves me shocked and confused. After agreeing on when to meet up with her tomorrow, I bid farewell to them and leave. Doo-doo-doo-doo. So we got a checkmark there. I'm guessing that means that we get to move on. Maybe one of the other options would have let the chicken escape. Or jumping in when we shouldn't have. Might have made us redo the scenario. But anyways, yeah, it looks like a bunch of story events. A very, very interesting look into possibly Chinese culture. I don't know anything about ancestors and parades, so this is going to be pretty fun for me. Also, 50k coppers, don't mind if I do. For clicking and watching some shows. Next up will be the Champion Auction House. That's going to unlock in a month. So, slow but steady, we will get through all of these and unlock all of these nice rewards. Anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching and listening to me read a story to you. If you enjoyed, please click the like and subscribe button. It really helps small channels like this one grow and reach a wider audience. And I hope you have a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening. Goodbye.